So far, the kind of horror stories I have seen had a few things in common. The victim in most cases happens to be alone and everything happens during the day. But what if Pam entered, screaming in excitement?
Halloween party alert!
Last Halloween, I was sitting in my college dorm with a sad face when my roommate Pam entered, screaming in excitement.
Halloween party alert!
I looked at her with the same sad face and replied,
I see. Oh, come on, Susie. You need to move on. Jack was an a-hole and he does not deserve your tears. Just leave me alone, Pam.
She grabbed my hand and pulled me up from the chair.
No, I won't let a babe like you cry over some douchebag. What do you want? You're coming to the Halloween party with me tonight. But I don't... No. No buts. You're going, and that's final. Enough of this mourning.
Pam didn't take a no for an answer, and after a point, I didn't have the energy to keep on arguing. She can be very persuasive at times. Honestly, I too thought that the Halloween party would be a good opportunity to meet some new people. 7:30, we left the dorm, got into my car, and drove to the party. A boy named Jason was hosting the party at his dad's farmhouse. The location wasn't that far, but it did reside in a secluded area surrounded by woods and lakes. When we reached the farmhouse, the party was in full swing. I was dressed as Wednesday while Pam went as Barbie. We looked like an odd combination, but I hardly cared. Yo, babes, welcome to my den!
Hi, Jason.
Hey, Barbie girl, wanna go for a ride?
I don't see any car in your living room.
Well, there's a Ferrari in my pants.
Shut up, Jason.
Come on, let me introduce you to everyone. I could very well see Pam and Jason were about to hook up that night, but Pam was being a tease. She always plays hard to get with boys, and somehow that makes her even more desirable to men. I, being the shy and romantic fool, never mastered the skill of flirting, though.
Come on, Susie, let's go.
I followed Pam to the pool area. People were going crazy at that party. Boys were picking up girls and throwing them into the pool. Everyone was dancing like it was the last night of their lives. I sat down on a sun lounger with a drink and watched everyone having a fun time. Pam and Jason went to get drinks, so I was sitting on my own for a while. The casual vibe of the party was making me feel at ease when I noticed a man standing at the other side of the pool. He was smiling and staring at girls creepily.
Okay,
what felt
I'll go
was
back
his costume. He was dressed as a skibbity toilet, with a toilet seat attached around his neck. And not just that, on the toilet seat he wrote, "Ladies, have a seat," which seemed very offensive.
No, I'm good.
Suddenly, our eyes met and smiled big, just like those creepy heads coming out from the skibbity toilets. I got awkward and looked away immediately, but the man now started coming towards me.
Crap, why is he coming here?
I tried to look uninterested, but the man still approached me. He sat right next to me and said, "Skibbity, skibbity, bop, bop."
Hi.
Do you like my style? It's ridiculous, huh?
Yeah.
So are you single tonight? I was feeling very uncomfortable. I got up saying,
Yes, I am.
Thanks, but I'm not interested.
As I tried to walk away, the man grabbed my hand and stopped me. Oh, wait.
This is
Where are you
me.
going?
Let me go before I
Let go of
take
my
out my
hand.
gun boy.
But
Not the ads, really.
Stop waiting for payday and get more out of every day. With Earn In, you can act.
thought you liked me. You called me to come and talk to you.
What? When did I do that?
No,
Seconds before,
Spanish or
when you
American.
looked
I
at me
talk
and
Korean.
smiled.
I love me. Okay,
I realized
WMS.
this man was not just weird, but delusional. Just then, Pam and Jason noticed me arguing with this guy and came to my rescue.
Hey, who the hell are you?
As soon as the man saw Pam, he let go of my hand and looked at her like a drooling kid looking at a lollipop. Wow, what a hot Barbie. Hi, you can call me the Skibbity Man.
No. Get away from me. Jason, who is this guy?
Now Jason was stunned to see this man at his party, and it got quite clear that this man had managed to sneak in without an invitation. Jason got angry and started insulting the man. Who invited you, Grandpa? Everyone stopped what they were doing and turned their eyes at Jason and this man. I only wanted to... Whoa! Dude came as a skibbity toilet! No wonder he stinks so bad! Dang. Everyone laughed at the guy as Jason went on humiliating him. Honestly, the man did break into a party, so he had this coming. Realizing that he got caught right-handed, the man now got nervous. In a fumbling voice, he said,
Nice lipstick.
I ain't here to hurt nobody. Skibbity, skibbity, skibbity. Damn, the creep even talks like a skibbity toilet. I'll just leave. I'm sorry to barge in. No, why would you leave? You came as a toilet, so let us treat you like a toilet then. Matthew, Kyle, dunk him in the pool. With one command, Jason's sidekicks came running at full speed and pushed the man into the pool. He fell into the water and started gasping for air. Please, let me go. Come on, let's stop this skibbity man from coming out, guys. Saying this, Jason stomped the man on his head with his leg. Every time the man tried to come up, Jason and his friends would smash his head back into the water. He was just like the scene from the Skibbity toilet shorts. They were indeed treating him like a toilet, but what happened next, none of us expected in our wildest dreams. The man suddenly swam away and took out a gun from his jacket. Holy crap! Run! All I remember next was hearing 2 loud gunshots followed. Everyone started panicking and running around while the man screamed. If you see us in the club, we'll be acting real nice. If you see us on the floor, you'll be watching all night. Skibbity, skibbity, skibbity. We were all watching in horror as the man sat near the pool and laughed like a psycho. Luckily, the shots he fired didn't harm anyway, but the fact that he didn't try to run away was even more spine-chilling. When the cops arrested him and took him to the car, he was still whispering in his creepy voice. Skibbity popped up, yes, yes.
I was around 23 when this incident happened. I was a fairly attractive girl with a hell of a lot of bills to pay. My parents were from a small town, hence they sent me to college.
So right when I was fresh out of college, I managed to land myself a job.
Babe.
Yes?
It gives me goosebumps to recall that dark and stormy night. The weather was at its worst. I was on my way to a party in Madison with my best friend. The weather forecasts called for severe thunderstorms, but we refused to miss our long-awaited trip. We all piled in my car for a 6-hour drive. The first few hours were fine, just raining and seldom lighting. Then the typical thunderstorm started. The kind where you look down at the lines on the road so you don't end up in a ditch since you can't see anything else. Once, when the lightning flashed, my friend Zen swore he saw a tornado in the cornfield in the distance. We finally gave up and pulled under a bridge until the rain let up enough for us to see. We waited 20 to 25 minutes and then drove a few miles through the storm. The rest of the trip was drizzle, and that post-thunderstorm fog made driving impossible. There were hardly any other cars on the interstate since most people were too smart to be out driving, which added to the creepy feeling. Luckily, we had found a little motel a 20-minute drive away that was dirt cheap. It was 3 stories tall and with no interior hallways. All the rooms were accessed from the outside. Unfortunately, the cheapest rooms were on the 3rd floor and the elevator needed to be in order. The owner had put up a signboard right next to it. Checking into the motel in the middle of the night was interesting. It was still foggy and drizzling out, but humid and hot. There were only 2 to 3 other cars in the damp parking lot. The only lights were from the lobby and the street lights. We walked inside and no one was at the desk. After ringing the bell for about 15 minutes without a response, we called the motel from my friend's cell phone. An older man answered and soon approached the desk from the back room. We tried to negotiate a first-floor room since they were not busy. He was a jerk, though, and kept saying, "They're booked." There were 2 to 3 other cars there. Indeed, some rooms on the first floor had to be available. Exhausted, we took our third-floor room and prepared to drag our suitcases up 3 flights of outside stairs in the drizzle and heat. As we left the lobby, the old man called out to us, "Lock your doors and don't answer them after dark." He went back into the back room and slammed the door. God, that creeped me out. We unloaded the car in the foggy, dark parking lot and dragged our luggage to the stairs. We all saw the elevator as we came around the back of the building. The out-of-order sign was gone, and the doors were open. The light in the elevator was the only light source in the entire back of the building. It seemed like something good finally happened to us on the trip. The elevator worked, and we didn't have to carry our things up those slippery stairs. I remember thinking it was weird that the doors were open. Didn't elevator doors usually stay closed until you push the button? Whatever, it was better than stairs. We loaded our luggage and got in. I pushed the button for the 3rd floor and the doors started to close. The doors were standard elevator doors, and right before they closed all the way, words appeared. Written in red paint or marker on the far side of the elevator doors so that it was only visible when the door closed, it said, "Stay in." Dude, what the hell? Zen said, looking worried. I assured him it was just red paint and a silly kid prank. The condition of the motel screamed about sketchy people in danger, but that was our only option. So we made it up to the 3rd floor and checked into our room. It was a big room with 3 single beds, more than we could have asked for that night. I went to wash my face, but turned on the tap. Murky, ironclad water came out of it. Ugh, yuck, that stinks. Shut up, Zen. Be grateful to have a roof over your head. We were all tired, so we immediately threw ourselves onto the beds. My friends were snoring, yet I struggled to sleep. The writing on the elevator door kept flashing in my mind. After struggling for a few more minutes, I heard the elevator ding. Who's coming up at this hour? I came to the door and placed my ear on it. I heard nothing. I looked at the dim, antique brass door handle. I slowly put my right hand on the handle and turned it. The door creaked open, and I quickly peeked out of the slightly open door. I saw a silhouette. It looked like a person. I couldn't make much out of it. All I saw was a tall, lanky, black silhouette standing beyond my hallway. It was not taking anything or doing anything. It was standing there. It made it so much more creepy. It's standing perfectly still. The elevator sound again appeared, and the doors started to slide. The elevator's light hit the hallway, and I saw the man. He stepped inside the elevator facing his back to me, and then he turned to the front. I will never forget the grin on his face. But that wasn't the only disturbing thing about him. He was holding a woman's head by her long black hair. The woman's mouth was half open with her eyes wide in fear of death. We watched each other silently, and then the elevator doors closed. Locking the door, I came back to the bed. I woke up my friends. I don't care if they believed me, but I forced them to leave the motel. We reported to the cops about the motel and the owner, but never got any follow-up. Years later, I learned in the news that a famous serial killer was arrested at that same motel. He cut his victim's head off and then sneaked out the body in plastic wrap to dump in the lake.